Hi, everyone. It's me. I'm back. It's been a few weeks. I just fell behind. So I'm not going to lie and tell you something came up because it didn't. Hello. This is Ollie. He's going to be in this vlog a little bit before he goes down for his nap. Can you say hi, mister? This is the man that I talk about all the time, and you guys have all heard of him but never seen him. So here he is. Boo, boo. He's 13 months now. Actually, in 2 days he'll be 13 months. And he is just a delight most of the time. Today he's been a little fussy. Not really sure why, but we've been snowed in for 4 days now, I think it is. We haven't really left the house, so he's going a little crazy. I'm going a little crazy. It's been pleasant. So that's that. You would think, Ollie, hold on. You would think in all of that free time that I had that I would have taken down my Christmas stuff, but I didn't. And I'm not sorry about it because I'm a mom and I have other shit going on. So don't mind my Christmas tree. Also, it's exciting. I got 20,000 views on my birth video. I'm pretty stoked on that. I think that the reason behind that is probably women crazily searching YouTube for videos of labor and delivery because they want to see what's coming for them. Can't blame them. I did the exact same thing, so I'm kind of glad that mine was there to give people the image of what a home birth looks like or can look like. So yeah, I'm really stoked that I got that many viewers. So I decided that starting this week I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to share with you guys an oil of the week. So I'm trying to do one of these vlogs every other week. I am not the most consistent, but I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to share with you guys an oil that is important to me that day, that week, that month, or just an oil that I use all around all the time. And so you get a better idea of why I use essential oils, what I use them for, what they are, how they work, that kind of thing. So starting this week, my first favorite essential oil is Tranquil. All hail Tranquil. It's definitely my favorite oil. I think by far. It's something that I've used my entire postpartum experience, my entire pregnancy. I cling to it. It's my best friend. So this is Tranquil. It's a blend of lavender, Roman chamomile, and cedarwood. It comes in a little roller ball like this. And I rub it on my wrists, my heart, the back of my neck, and the bottoms of my feet, and then I just huff it all the time. I use it when I'm feeling super anxious or I am paranoid, any of those symptoms of like panic. I think that it helps me to feel more at peace. Also, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping the last few weeks, and I rub this on before I go to bed, and it encourages restful sleep, so it helps me just knock out. It's amazing. I would recommend that anyone and everyone get it because it's just awesome. I've really clung to it in the last year, so get that. If you don't have it, get it. If you have any essential oil questions at all about Tranquil, about anything, the starter kit, whatever, I'm going to leave my links below for my Facebook, Instagram, and my email, and you guys can reach out to me on any of those and ask me questions if you have any. So I think it's finally about the time that I share with you guys my postpartum journey with mental illness. I think that I've put this off for many weeks, knowing that this was the next topic I needed to cover, and I just think it's really daunting. It's been a year since I started on my postpartum journey with mental illness, and I'm still facing it to this day. So it's a lot of time and a lot of things happening in that time, and I would like to share it all the best that I can, but it's just really hard. So Bear with me here. So here we go. On December 11th of 2015, I gave birth to Oliver, and immediately, I'd say within 10 minutes after having him, I felt symptoms of psychosis. I didn't know that at the time, but that's what it was. So I was feeling something called derealization, first of all. Biggest symptom was derealization. Immediately, the world looked so different to me. It was like there was a filter covering my eyes. My vision felt weird. I constantly felt like I was gonna pass out. I couldn't explain it, but I was like, everything looks different. That's all I could say. I felt like I was floating above my body. I often felt like I wasn't even real. So yeah, there was that. My other biggest symptom was panic. I was terribly afraid of everything. I was afraid of my own death. I was afraid of Ollie's death. I was afraid of DJ's death. This was all immediate. I had really bad intrusive thoughts of myself bleeding out and dying because I was certain that I wasn't gonna contract anymore and I was gonna bleed out. So I was checking my pad incessantly in my pants to make sure that I was bleeding a normal amount. I had DJ call my midwife because I was certain that I was bleeding more than usual. I didn't sleep for what felt like months, but probably was months. But the first few nights I didn't sleep at all because I was certain that I would not wake up myself, or I would wake up to Ollie not breathing, or I would wake up to DJ being not alive. So I wasn't able to sleep. I didn't want to eat. Every time I took a shower, I had just over and over in my head a stream of thoughts of either DJ coming in and killing me, or a family member or a friend coming into the house and killing DJ and Ollie and then coming in to kill me. So anytime anyone was in our house, even our family, DJ's family, my family, anyone, I was certain that they were trying to kidnap Ollie or kill all of us. So that's what I was feeling internally, although I did not convey that. I thought that I was going crazy and I didn't want to sound irrational, or I honestly didn't want to offend my family because I knew that it sounded crazy and offensive to them that I would think that they were going to kill my son or me, so I just kept it inside. I definitely did tell people about my derealization, though. I was very certain that something was really wrong, so I talked a lot about my vision and what was going on there, and basically my midwife said that they didn't look into postpartum illnesses until 3 to 4 weeks postpartum, because basically what happens is when you're pregnant, you have 1,000 times more estrogen pumping through your body, and then you give birth and your body produces no estrogen. So you go from 1,000 times, my God, you go from 1,000 times more estrogen in your body to 0 estrogen. So the switch of hormones in your body causes most women to feel what they call baby blues. It's like a blanket diagnosis for what women are feeling once they give birth. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of ups and downs. A lot of women are really weepy. And then some women feel anxious as a result of that. So my midwife thought that that's what was going on. So she gave me a few tinctures, a few natural supplements to take. So I had about 3 supplements and 1 tincture called motherwort. And they did kind of take the edge off, but there was still so much derealization. I could not think straight through it. I was like, something is so wrong and it's not going away. I changed my diet. I changed the supplements. I tried to get sleep. I don't know. I couldn't do anything to get this to go away. In retrospect, I was feeling all symptoms of psychosis and had no idea. So, next what happened? I finally hit a breaking point and knew that something was seriously wrong. So I called my gynecologist and asked him if I could go on some medication. I was sure that if I got on an antidepressant that this would all get better. So I just told him I was feeling weepy and depressed and I had derealization, and I told him all of these symptoms, I didn't tell him about the panic or the paranoia or the intrusive thoughts, because I thought if I just got on medication, it would all go away and I wouldn't have to tell anyone about it because I was embarrassed. So I got on a medication. I got on Zoloft. I was on Zoloft for about, I want to say 2 months before I had my first psychotic episode. And this entailed, DJ and I went to dinner with one of his old coworkers, and we came back to the house, and I was walking up the stairs, and all of a sudden I was really disoriented and the world was spinning and I felt drugged. I kept saying to DJ, I feel like I got drugged, because I didn't have a sip of alcohol. Mind you, I haven't drank alcohol this entire postpartum time. Just because I felt so fucked up naturally that I everyone kept telling me, have a glass of wine and relax. And I'm like, I feel so weird and drugged all the time that I don't need a glass of wine. So anyways, we came home. I started to feel really drugged. I was spinning. I couldn't hear. His talking, DJ's voice and his mouth moving were disconnected. I was freaking out. I went to the bathroom and I sat on the toilet, and then I was looking at the floor, and all of a sudden Jesus's face was staring at me, and I was terrified. So I ran out of the bathroom and went to the bedroom, and I was sobbing, and I was like, something's really going on and I can't stop it. What is this? I was freaking out. So then what did I do? I put on Tranquil. I rubbed it on me all over, and after I did that, I was able to come down from whatever this was and think clearly for a second, and I lost it. I was like, I'm terrified. I need to go to the hospital. And then before I knew it, it started again, and I was feeling the exact same symptoms. So I just laid down and closed my eyes and finally fell asleep after rubbing enough Tranquil on and just writing it out. In retrospect, I definitely should have gone to the hospital at this point, but I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea I was having a psychotic episode. So I woke up the next morning, and everything that I had been feeling was 10 times worse, if not 100 times worse. All the symptoms of derealization, panic, intrusive thoughts, all of that was elevated to a whole new level. So I knew that I needed to seek some other help, because I could not function at the level of which things were going on. Before, I had been able to kind of fake it till I made it, and I couldn't do that anymore after this episode. So I called the doctor again, and he was like, okay, we need to change your medication. So he switched me on to another medication. Now I can't even remember what it was, but it was another antidepressant. So I went on the antidepressant, the other antidepressant, and nothing got better. This is when I started then going back to my therapist, who I adore and I've seen since I was 18. So I went back to seeing her, and she and I together put our heads together to figure out that what I was feeling was called derealization. Because before this, I had no idea what it was. So she helped me determine that, and she inevitably suggested that I see a psychiatrist, which I should have done months prior to this, but regardless, she referred me to someone who I still see, and I went in for the first time, and I explained everything from start to finish, just like I'm doing right now, to her, and she said so very clearly at the end of what I said that I was experiencing postpartum psychosis, a very, very clear diagnosis. And my mom and I both were sobbing in her office just to hear that what I was feeling was not rare. I mean, it's rare, but it was not unheard of. She said that this is something she's definitely seen before in rare cases, and just hearing that was such a relief. So she immediately took me off the antidepressant, because she told me that when you are psychotic, that getting on antidepressants can inevitably force you into a psychotic episode. So basically the medication I had been on this whole time was worsening me, basically, or making things worse. So she took me off of that immediately and started me on an antipsychotic called Abilify, which I don't know if you guys have seen commercials for it. So I went on that. I was on that. You have to start very slowly, weaning up to what you need to, the dosage that you need to be at. So I started very slowly on that. It took another 6 whole months to get to where I am now, where I found the right dosage. I'm now on another medication called Lamictal. It's a mood stabilizer. So I'm on the 2 medications and I'm finally able to be somewhat stable. But the 6 months prior to this, starting when I got on Abilify, it took 6 months for the medication to actually work and for me to be normal-ish. I had horrible psychosis. Even after I got a diagnosis, I had the worst 3 weeks of my life, even after getting the diagnosis and getting on another medication. The medication wasn't working yet. I was basically unmedicated. I didn't feel safe being with Ollie anymore because I had such bad anger and agitation, which is another symptom of psychosis and mania, that sometimes what I experienced was very dysphoric. A lot of times mania can be euphoric, or you're high, you're very high, like on a very manic, you're stereotypical manic, whereas my psychosis was very dysphoric and I was very agitated and angry and I had no chill. I was not able to see rationally. So I didn't feel safe to be around Ollie, which was a horrible reality. So DJ would be with me when he was home from work, and then he'd go to work and my mom or my sister would come over and be with me just so that I wasn't alone or alone with Ollie, because at that age, at his age, he's crying all the time and not sleeping, and I don't have the ability to be patient with that at this point. So I needed babysitters, which was rough to begin with. So anyways, fast forward, here I am, 6 months later. I am about, I guess, a year later from everything. I am about 75% of what I could be and what I used to be. I was certain throughout this entire experience that I would never go back to what I was, and I had to just cope with this new reality where I was mentally ill all the time. But now I can see that I will go back to what I was, or I'll go back to what I was and be even better, because I've seen such a darkness. So that is my postpartum experience. I feel like I tried to wrap it up as best as I could in 10 minutes, but it was really like that. You can't even convey what I was going through sufficiently. So that wraps up my postpartum story with mental illness. It's really hard for me to tell that story. I don't know how to tell it or how to convey what I was feeling. It would have been so much easier to tell it in the moment, and I wish I would have started this vlog when I was sicker. But I didn't, because I was very sick. So kind of telling it from the hindsight perspective is a little more difficult, but I hope that you guys didn't enjoy it, but I hope that it gave some people some insight into what I went through and how I got to where I am today. I'm very lucky to still be here right now, and I'm so lucky to be in such a good place, and I'm able to see the beauty in life again, and I'm able to be happy at times and feel normal amounts of sad and not be so down. I'm so incredibly happy with where I'm at this point. So thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for following along with my journey. It means the world to me. If you didn't see my last vlog, which you definitely want to see because it's my birth vlog and it's amazing to watch, you can click here for that. If you want to subscribe to me, which I definitely want you to do, please click here and subscribe. If you liked this video, click thumbs up. If you want to reach out to me for anything, please follow the links below to my Facebook, Instagram, email, my blog, if you want to read that. If anybody out there is feeling any symptoms of depression, anxiety, panic, psychosis, anything, or you've dealt with that in the past and you want to talk to someone, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. If you just want someone to talk to and commiserate with, because I know that that's all I sought when I was sick, was someone that was feeling the same thing. If I could have found a blog or a vlog that talked about what I was feeling, it would have given me so much peace. So please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns, or you just want to talk. I'm always here and I'm ready to help you if I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me along my journey. It's incredible to get to share this with people and come out the other end. So thank you. I'll see you guys next week. Nope, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks.